I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Music Theory Tuition series where I work with you step by step through the ABRSM Discovering Music Theory grades. I'll work through every single exercise and explain everything you need to know. You can access information about the books I have available to help you on my website. Go to sharonbill.com. For advert-free and longer lessons, you can become a patron at patreon.com/SharonBill. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to stay updated. You can support this channel by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/SharonBill. We're moving on to page 28 in the Grade 1 Discovering Music Theory workbook, and we're going to complete the final section on this rhythm chapter. And to be honest, I think we've done all of the hard work here, so we can relax and enjoy the downhill ride on this final section. And exercise 10, we're asked to add 3 missing bar lines to each of these melodies. So we're just counting what's there and dividing the bar lines. I think we've done all of the hard work now, but we've just got to be careful that we remember that the time signatures are going to change. So let's just go on and have a first go at this exercise 10A. And we've just got to make sure that we add up to 2 crotchet beats per bar. And so we know that a crotchet is 1. Half of that with the dot is a half. And then there's our remaining half. In this quaver beat, 1 plus half is 2, and so there's our bar line. Using a ruler, keep it nice and neat and staying within the lines of the stave. And then this next bit we could actually do without even adding up, because we know everything's beamed. There's beat 1, there's beat 2. But let's be thorough and make sure that we've got it exactly right. We know that a quaver is half of a beat, and then half of that half in the dot is a quarter, and then a semiquaver is a quarter of a beat, and we know that half plus a quarter gives us 1 beat, and that confirms that they're beamed, showing each beat, and we know that 4 quarters makes a whole. So there's beat 1, there's beat 2. Didn't really even need to do any maths there, but why not? And so we know that that's 1 beat. We've already done that. A half and a half is 1. There's our bar line. And if we've done our maths correctly, this bar at the end should be complete. There's a 1 beat note and a 1 beat rest, which equals 2. If something isn't right in this final bar, you know that you've gone wrong previously and you have to just pop back and check. And so I suggest you have a go at these and then check through them with me after you've had a go yourself. So now we're adding up to 4 crotchet beats per bar. So we have 1 beat, 2 halves gives us a beat, there's a beat, there's a 1 beat rest, that's our crotchet beat rest, 1, 2, 3, 4, bar line. Half plus a half is 1, half plus a half is 2, there's beat 3, a half of beat rest plus half a beat note gives us another one, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's our bar line. 1, 2, 3, 4, bar line. So this last bar should be correct. Oh, not gone quite to the bottom there. There we go. Oh, still haven't. There we go. Dear me. So we have a 1 beat. Half of that is half a beat. A quaver is half a beat. So altogether that gives us 2 so far. Plus 2 is 4. We know we're correct. Now we're counting to 3. Beat 1. And we know we've counted this before. We've done the maths already. 3 quarters and a quarter, and we also know it's beamed to show 1 beat. So 1, 2, 3, bar line. 1, 2, a half beat rest and a half beat note gives us a beat. So 1, 2, 3, bar line. Again, we've done the maths here. So 1, we know that's 1, 3 quarters plus a quarter. Same again, there's 1, 1, 2, 3, bar line. And that should leave us 3 at the end. Let's just check. 1, 2, crochet beat rest 3. That's correct. Let's have a go at this next one. And here we have common time, which is 4/4. So we're looking for 4 beats per bar. We know that they're beamed together to show a beat. Half plus a half is 1. We know that a minim is 2 plus the dot, which is another 1. A dotted minim is 3. 1 plus 3 is 4. There's our bar line. And we've got the same rhythm again. Yes, the pitch is different, but the rhythm is the same. 1 plus 3 is 4, bar line. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. We count it just the same. The tie doesn't change the timing. It's just for the performer to not reiterate that note, to just hold it. But for our purposes, it's just counting as normal. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so that should leave us correct at the end. 2 plus 2 is 4. Yes, we're correct. Now we're adding to 3 beats per bar. So we have 1 beat there. Half plus a half is 1. A crotchet is 1. The dot after it is worth half as much again, which is worth a half. There is half a beat. So those 2 halves, the dot and the quaver, give us a beat. 1, 2, 3. There's our bar line. Now we know that these are grouped together to show a beat, and we also know that 4 quarters, semi-quavers are a quarter of a beat each, 4 of which make 1 crotchet. We've got a crotchet beat there. A dot is worth half as much again, which is worth half a beat. And then we've got our quaver, which is half a beat. 1, 2, and with the dot and the quaver, that gives us beat 3. There's the bar line. Nice simple crotchets. 1, 2, 3. And we should be right at the end. 3 quarters and a quarter is 1. And we see that's beamed to show us our beat. 1, 2, 3. That's that completed. And now we have 2 beats to fill for a bar, quite short bars again here, like the first one. So we have a 1 beat, half as much again, 1.5. There's half a beat, and the dot and the quaver give us a beat. There's 2 beats. That's that bar completed. Now we know that they are grouped to show 1 beat, but just to double check the maths, we know that a half plus 2 quarters, a half plus 2 quarters is a beat. There's another crochet beat, bar line. Don't forget to count rests. So a half a beat rest, a half a beat note is 1 beat. And then we have a 3 quarters and a quarter. I'll just do that again. We did it before, but let's just use it as a good revision exercise at the end of this chapter. Last chance for a bit of revision. We've got a quaver, which is worth half a beat. A dot after that is half as much again, so that's 3 quarters. And then a semi-quaver is quarter of a beat. 3 quarters plus a quarter is 1. So 1, 2, there's our bar line. Half and half is 1. 1, that's correct for the final bar. Excellent. And we have a final challenge to put everything into practice so far. So now we've got a rhythm here, and we've got to group it to show each crochet beat. And so let's just think what we're going to be grouping first. Let's not get too carried away with writing straight away. So a half plus a half is 1. There's 1 beat. A half plus a half is 2. Now we know that that's 3 quarters because a half plus a quarter is 3 quarters. There's our remaining quarter of a beat. They will go together. Same again. Now here we have a half, a quarter and a quarter of a beat, which we know, just diagram that out, a half plus a quarter plus a quarter, they will be grouped together to show a beat. And then just like before, we can see 3/4 and a quarter, and then 2 beats finishes the bar. And so now we've done all of the thinking. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get the note heads in place. Let's do things, let's get the blobs in place. There's lots to think about because we've got to think about stems and beams and so on, bar line. But I just want to get everything mapped out so I don't get lost. There we go. So half plus a half, by all means use a ruler. You know, I think we can just put the stems in. Let's do that. You can go back this anyway, I just prefer to get the nuts and bolts in place first. So a half and a half is a beat, we can beam those. A half is a half, there's beat 2, and we can see clearly there's beat 1, there's beat 2. Now here's beat 3, but they're not equal halves. This one's 3/4, so if that one's longer, that's the quarter, that's shorter. Again, that's my little visual aid, equal, longer and shorter, shorter and longer. Just helps me to visualise it. So that's a dot, that's a semi. You don't have the semiquaver line going the whole way across, otherwise that makes that into a semiquaver as well, which would then be inaccurate. It's just there just to show this beat, this note here. So now these 3 note heads are all going to be beamed together because we've got a half and 2/4, and because they are both semiquavers, we can beam all the way to the next stem like that. Now here, this is 3/4, this is a quarter, and then this just needs a stem. We don't colour that in because it's 2 beats. And then let's finish off. Not quite finished without the double bar line. There we go. That's that exercise completed, and that's that section and chapter completed. I hope this is helpful to your studies. Please do like and subscribe to stay updated. If you'd like to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee, and for advert-free lessons, you can become a patron. Do visit my website where you'll find many resources available to help you. Visit sharonbill.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.